nam-myoho-renge-kyo, 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 nam-myoho-renge-kyo.
Hi, I'm Margaret. And for those of you who are new, this is the website where we take Buddhist philosophy and practice and apply it to the problems and concerns of everyday life. Today, our topic is going to be, do you know how the universe communicates with you? When we chant in front of the Gohanzen with a prayer, we have a need for something or a need to know something. So we've opened a dialogue with the universe. As President Ikeda says in Faith into Action, to offer prayers is to conduct a dialogue, an exchange with the universe. So we're going to get a response. We know that theoretically, but often aren't clear on how the universe communicates with us. We know that within our Buddha nature, we're one with that universal intelligence, the mystic law. Since we're connected in the deepest part of ourselves, we can trust that. If we listen, we'll be shown the way. So how does the universe communicate? It talks to us in very subtle ways that can be easily overridden with our left brain approach to life. It doesn't communicate by demanding attention. To hear the universe effectively, you want to relax and just let your mind be open. Not everyone receives internal guidance in the same way. And you'll probably find that one of the following ways is your preferred mode. Have you ever had a feeling that you should or should not do something and ignored it, only to find out later that you really should have paid attention to that feeling? That sense of things, that knowing, is one way we receive information from the universe. Have you ever noticed a subtle body sensation that says, you don't want to do this? Or perhaps a leap in the heart that says, you do want to do this? Just recently, I was sent a picture of a kitten. We had lost one of our cats, my lap cat, and I wanted another one. I noticed that my body was subtly resisting the kitten, even though she looked adorable. When I paid attention to that sensation, I realized that the kitten was long-haired and my husband has allergies. I would need to be able to confine her at night so she wouldn't go out the cat door, and the only room I have to do that is the guest room, the territory of my oldest 18-year-old old lady cat who does not play well with others. My intuition was telling me, though, through that subtle physical sensation, that I shouldn't do this. And when I recognized what it was telling me, I made the decision to wait until my old lady passes on. My body immediately relaxed, my knowing telling me I'd made the right decision. Another communication channel is that gut feeling that strongly tells you something about someone. You just know whether this person is trustworthy or not, or you know what's going on with them without knowing how. Some people hear a very quiet voice, so quiet that it's easy to overlook it. Or you might feel a quiet internal nudge to go this way or that way. Some people receive messages through the sense of smell. It smells like trouble, they'll say. Trust the pull of your interests. If something keeps coming up, don't dismiss it. They're part of your guidance system that's leading you in the direction the flow of your life wants to go. Sometimes when you chant about something, the universe communicates through synchronicity, those mere coincidences. They could be overlooked and dismissed, except that when they happen over and over, you begin to notice them. And one day you realize they aren't happening by accident. You've just entered the world of I call them the little miracles. Pay attention to anything which comes up regarding what you're praying about. Answers can come in books and from other people. Coincidence? I don't think so. You're receiving a response from the universe. For example, I was chanting about how to market my first book, and I had coffee with a friend who just gave me the first step. Some people can know things through a sense of sight. I could just see the right direction to go. Others might get ideas by asking a question in front of the Gohanzen and then having ideas flood into their head to be written down, or feel as though they've tapped into a library which has all the answers they need. Each of these ways of receiving information will be accompanied with that knowing. You don't have to know how or why you know, just trust the knowing itself. Your dominant way of receiving information will probably be clear when you listen to the verbs you use. I see it, I smell it, I hear it, or I sense it. So what enhances the communication so we can hear it the most clearly? It's enhanced when you have a positive worldview that life will support you. When you have the expectation, then you will notice when you're supported. Secondly, when you have faith that the universe is going to respond and are paying attention. When you trust that you are well and truly guided and that the deeper wisdom will come when asked. And when you have openness of mind, so you can pay attention to those subtle responses which you might have ignored in the past. What could interfere with this communication? Well, you might be second-guessing your own knowing since you can't explain how you know it. Or you might dismiss it. You might have the belief that only bad things will come this way, so you only notice information about negative things. You might be experiencing a state of panic, which doesn't allow the quiet receptiveness needed to hear the little voice, or to be in a state of anger or fear. These feelings agitate us and can block that quiet little voice. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to hear or trust that voice because we doubt where it's coming from. If you've decided that something's going to happen a certain way, then you could ignore other subtle suggestions. And those are limits that we set on ourselves. So today, we examined how the universe communicates with us when we're chanting about something. We looked at the different ways that we receive communications, and then looked at what can enhance that communication and what can interfere with it. Here are a couple of other vlogs you might like. The first one, here's a method to handle fears that arise while chanting. And the second, did you know that there are 10 internal hindrances to Buddhist practice? I'm always interested in your responses, and I've really been enjoying those of you who have been contacting me. And I want to hear what you want to get out of these vlogs. As always, let me know what you're thinking. And I'll see you again in 2 weeks.